Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Crash Course Metal Show. Today we're going to be doing another album review, and this is going to be from the band Taboo from Denmark. Okay, so this is from 2022, and it is all Frontiers Records. And as far as I know, this is the only release that they have. Ah, man, like this is the red vinyl version, as you can see. Man, I've been wanting to talk about this album for since probably 2023-ish when I first picked it up, and I just never got around to like really talking about this album. Not because it ain't great, but because it's just like never was able to come up. And we'll kind of get into that as to why maybe. So let me tell you who's in the band first and foremost. There's only two actual members, if you will, and that is going to be Ken Hammer, which some people might know as the guitarist and songwriter for the band Pretty Maids from the late 80s. So that's a good start. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of even took a chance on this album, other than when I listened to the music video singles from this album. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't have no Pretty Maids stuff, sadly. It's just so hard to find over here. Always was. I can't remember the last time I seen anything Pretty Maids, at least original stuff. Anyway, you also have here Christoffer. He does the production and vocals on this album. You might know him from a band called H.E.R.O, H-E-R-O. Now, he is well known from that band. They sold well in Japan and different countries and such. So, and I have to say, I was super impressed with his vocals right from the start. Right from the start, when heard the single or like the music videos, and so I was like, you know what? And I think Frontiers had a sale on this on a couple albums, but and this was one of them. So I picked this up, and I it was such a great decision. So let us jump in here to the track list. And so you got 11 tracks here. And this is an album that I try to visit as much as possible. But like I said, it fits in a lot of different areas as far as like time capsules, if you will. Because like obviously with Ken Hammer here, a guitarist, he has great riffs throughout this album. There's a good slice of modern sound, rock sound to it. Very good melodies. Melodic hooks up the ass here. Like crazy. So good. So good. Now, I will say maybe the best way I can describe Christopher's voice, though, is maybe like an Eric Gronwall from formerly of Skid Row and Heat. Um, yeah, maybe that's the closest thing I think, but it's so super clear, super powerful, awesome stuff. And they're just a very good duo, guitar and vocal duo. Very good stuff. Now, we start off here with Flames. Very good, and you'll know kind of right from the start that it has that modern feel and modern sound, not necessarily like in in a bad way. It just sounds like 2022 production style, and I would even say because a lot of people like to say about the Frontiers thing, as far as like a lot of the Frontier stuff sounds the same. I could put this album on and I probably wouldn't have guessed that it's Frontiers. It does have clean production, but nothing I would say that you know Frontier sound sticks out like a sore thumb, I would say. Um so the opening track, Flames, good stuff. Kind of a little bit on the heavier side, gets you in the mood. But I will say the next track here, Bleeding, I think was a music video single. Awesome. I love in the chorus where Christopher's like, the two of us, like awesome stuff all the way around. One of my favorite tracks on the album, which that's actually kind of hard to think of a favorite track because all of them are very, very solid in their own right, and each song kind of has their own life a little bit to it and their own personality. To Learn to Breathe is a little bit of I don't put it on the ballad playlist, but it is like slower to mid tempo. Like um the verses are kind of slow. It feels like it's building up to something. It feels like it's building up to something heavy, but when it builds to the chorus, it builds to something majestic sounding, like very big and powerful, but not necessarily heavy. And you hear Christoffer's vocals most in forefront on that chorus, and his voice brings that wall of sound into the chorus, and just makes the song super memorable. So now moving on here, track number 4, we got Demons. This one's fine. I like it, but it wouldn't be in the top half of the album for me. But it still has its own sound and story to tell. Its own sound. It doesn't. It certainly doesn't sound like anything else on the album, I would say. But it's fine. It's up. It's a faster paced song. Good stuff, but just lower on the rank of the songs here on the album. If you guys enjoy this content that we're doing here, please like the video, please share it, and then please subscribe. That helps the channel out so much, just helps everything that we're doing here. And also leave me a comment as well. Always interested to see what you guys had to say. Now let's jump right back into this video. Moving on to track number 5, we have Into the Sun. This is like a mid-tempo type deal, not very heavy. But I will say Chris's vocals certainly carry the song. That's what makes the song memorable. And you could argue that for a lot of these songs, honestly. But this is another one that is probably on the lower half for me. But like I said, when a lot of these songs come on, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back and listen to this whole album now because like I just enjoy this whole album the whole way through. But Into the Sun though is fine, but on the lower half for me. So we're moving on here to Powerless, and this is another one of those songs where I would say this one might be on the bottom half too. But when I'm saying that though, like a lot of bands would kill to have like a downturn on their album on their album, like 3 song downturn, be this good though. Like I it's only a downturn because I'm comparing it from the first couple tracks to the last half of the album, basically. So a lot of bands don't even reach this peak as to like a downturn on this album, if you will. So, but nonetheless, though, you have Chris's vocals kind of, you go into a slower part here and then an isolation type deal, and it jumps into a chorus. Like, very good stuff. I even like most of these song lyrics, like the content of the lyrics. Very good stuff. So now moving into It's About Time. Very good. Like this is another one here. Like the choruses are awesome on this album. This is a very memorable song though, I will say. Certainly more than the last 3, but I just really enjoy this song. But that goes like we're not really talking about we're not really talking about Ken's guitar work, which he's doing riffs. Like even though Chris's vocals are kind of like out in the forefront, like obviously because he's a great vocalist, but Ken's still doing things here, like in the openings of these songs and in between and stuff like that. So certainly, and I think that's what helps build different personalities for each of these songs as well. So very, very good. Love the chorus on this. Uh, so much powerful emotion too from uh Chris. It's not like a ballad emotion or like a sappy emotion, but it's just powerful. Very good stuff here. Now they do a cover of on this album, and like I said, I'm not the biggest cover guy, but when I heard this cover, I was like, this might be one of my favorite songs on the album and one of my favorite covers there is. Now, and that is a new song actually. It's called "See You Again," which I'm sure a lot of people know that song because it is from Wiz Khalifa, I believe. I'm not even sure who that is, but I have heard this song like on mainstream radio before, or like out in grocery stores or malls or whatever. So I knew that like when I heard this song and heard the lyrics and stuff, I was like, I know this fucking song, like, but not nearly as amazing as this is. Obviously, this is more of a rock version than the mainstream version, but vocals way better. Have some guitar work in here. I think they do have a music video for this as well. I strongly recommend checking that out as well. one of my favorite songs on this album here. Certainly, it can even be an emotional song, just the way, just based on Chris's vocals, and I cannot talk this album up enough. I love this album. And that, it's just a shame that it took me a couple years to really like actually do a video on it. I just had to put my foot down and say, you know what, you're doing this right now, because I've been listening to it a couple times the past couple months, more than usual, and I was like, this just has to be talked about. So now moving on here to the last three tracks: Sensational, Daydream, and In My Head. More of the same, just more of the same of greatness, like great vocals, some guitar work, great choruses, melody out the ass. Like I don't know where or how it can get better in 2022 for what they're trying to do here and what this basically is, kind of like a side project for these two guys. I really hope they do more in the future, and I don't even know if their website is technically up. They still have a Facebook up, but I don't know if technically this is still a still together project or what the deal is. But it's very well produced by them as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than like the cover here is kind of strange, but I think it actually kind of works. I mean, whatever. But I'm not here to look at this. I'm here to listen to this fucking album. Like it is.
Hell yes.
They can have just a white album cover here or what, or green, pink, whatever, and it'd still be a badass album. So as far as three tracks, let me give you the cover here. See You Again. Have to check that out. It's About Time. Another one. Very good. And then let's go with Bleeding. Let's do that track. But you're not really, when you listen to this album, you might have a hard time finding which one you actually connects with you the most. And it's just awesome. So for me, I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I come back to this album. I had it now for a couple years at least, and I keep coming back to it and always enjoy something off of this album. Usually, like I said, those top 3 songs are my favorites. But man, everything when I listen to this, I'm like, oh my gosh, and I want another album. I want another album of material because this is so good, and I feel like they have more to give us. And it's just. But until then, guys, let me know what you think of this album if you do check it out. Guys, until next time, stay out of that collateral damage. And if you guys enjoyed this album review, check out this one right here.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.